A little bit different, perhaps, from anything that you've experienced before. We've decided to call it sort of a concert/demonstration. Some of our music is polished and ready to perform. Some of it is still in the getting ready stages. So we're going to share with you where we are in the music tonight. And I want to let you know that our emphasis in Lawton Children's Choir is not just on the performing aspect. We are careful to present the music in a sequential sort of way so that they can pick up all kinds of things about the music as you go, so that they can learn about it. We're going to show you. This next one is one of those that's not quite perfected yet, but it's getting really close. This is the English folk tune, The Drunken Sailor. What shall we do with the Drunken Sailor? And it's a very tricky 5-part arrangement. The choir will be divided into 5 sections during this piece, which makes it, there's a lot of things going on, and it takes a lot of concentration. We're going to use our music on this one. We would like for you to hear each of the 5 separate counter melodies that happen in this piece before we throw them all together and confuse your ears totally. So I'm going to show you, first of all, part 5. I'd like to show you a little melody that is hidden inside the piece. So listen to, first of all, to part 5. Part 5. Bottom of the page, the first page. Part 5, would you sing me your first part in the piece where you sing the first little tone? That's one of the little counter melodies you'll hear. The second one comes in with part 2. Part 2, raise your hand. Show us where you are. There they are. Part 2, would you sing for us your part? In the middle of page 3. There's the picture. Ready? Sing. Good. If you have your music on, hold it up high so that you can look right out of the top and sing it at the same time. Good job. Good. The third little counter melody happens in part 4. Part 4 shows where you are. Raise your hand. Part 4. There they are. We'd like for you to hear their little tricky part. It starts with rest, and rest. One more time, a little stronger. Ready and rest. That's it. Part 4. Terrific. The next part happens with parts 4 and 5 combined together. And this is the verse where they shave the belly with a rusty razor. At the top of page 5. And that part 4 and 5 together. Top of page 5. Hear another version of Shakin's melody. This one happens in part 1. Part 1. Give us yours in the middle of page 5. Remember to open that collar. Jump up to that. Do that phrase for me. Go. Anyway, it's a very complex tune, and we'd like to sing it for you now. We'll do the very best we can. Wish us luck. Here we go. hard we worked on it tonight. Are we ready for all joy? We have a little problem using music tonight. I would like to suggest to the boys and girls that you put down the songs you are not singing. Why don't you put everything down except Old Joe? That way you won't have to try to hold on to 3 things at once. I should have thought of that sooner. Maybe I'll make it a little easier. Are we ready for Old Joe? Okay, I would like to introduce Ms. Kim Buchanan, my assistant director, to tell you a little bit about Old Joe Clark. A lot of times, the music that we sing, when you really listen to the words, it means so much. And sometimes it really kind of helps you, like with the jump down, turn around, pick a bell cut. You can understand that you're working, you're picking a cut, and the words kind of help you know what you're supposed to do. And some other songs we're going to sing later tonight really, they just make you think about things, and that's really neat. And sometimes the words don't mean a thing. And sometimes that's the most fun to sing. And Old Joe, some of the words don't really mean anything. A case in point, part 2 on page 5. This is one of those songs that we're still kind of in the working stages. It has 3 parts, and this is the middle part on page 5, just part 2. Blink. It's fun. Doesn't mean much, but it's fun. Now we also have the 3rd part coming in with words that are just a little bit more meaningful. Part 3. By themselves, they don't mean much, but let's put them together, and we're going to find out that now we have a band. We have the washtub, and we have the old fiddle. So let's try putting those two together. Band going underneath us. Then we have the part 1 that tells us the verse. Let's start with part 2 and part 3, and then part 1. You can see what it all sounds like.